Hi, welcome back to the channel where we discuss all things cults, coercive control and undue influence. Before we get underway, can I please ask you to take the time to subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified as new videos are released? Thanks. I really appreciate your support of my work. This video is part of a series in which I unpack the BITE model of authoritarian control, using my experience being born and raised in a cult. The BITE model, developed by Dr Steven Hassan, explains the four domains that cults, high control groups and coercive partners employ to gain influence and maintain control. In this video, I'll be unpacking the second element, information control. Controlling the behaviour of individuals is a key tactic of high control groups, cults, and coercive relationships. Information control can include deliberately withholding or restricting access to information. As a born-in cult member, I saw and felt the effects of this in numerous ways. Information from any source other than the JW cult was automatically viewed with suspicion. The cult published a huge range of information that all members were encouraged, in fact required to read. It was mandatory, and only cult-published materials were studied, as members were taught that anything not published by the cult was from the devil and could simply not be trusted. Access to internet sites other than JW cult websites was discouraged. Information from cult sources was viewed as truth. So anytime a non-cult source disagreed with one of our cult publications, we knew we were to trust only the cult information source. Cults also restrict access to former members, and the JW cult in fact teaches that people who were once members but have now left for whatever reason are weak and mentally diseased. Members are taught to view former members with fear and are taught that former members will infect the thinking of current members. Information at different levels of the group was also controlled, depending on seniority, status and sex. For instance, members did not have any access to policy manuals which detail the process for grievances, or even policies of how they would be treated if they fell foul of one of many of the cult's requirements. Essentially, a cult member who was subject to a disciplinary action had no idea of the process, their rights, and how the investigation, if there would be any, would even proceed. The process denies members natural justice. Information on the cult's finances too was limited to requests for funds and ambiguous reports of how it was spent on life-saving work. In truth, just indoctrination on a global scale. Even though I had a small part in collecting funds at some cult gatherings, I did not know how the funds were dispersed or how the finances of the organisation functioned. I, like the entire membership, was completely in the dark. Personal information too was subject to control, including members' most intimate personal details and any sins they may have been deemed to commit. This information is used against members to keep them close to the organisation. This tactic is particularly insidious as it is used to dissolve personal boundaries, allowing cults to gain an even tighter grip on members' lives. Related to this is members reporting on other members. With such a tight control on information, cults go even further, with members induced to monitor and report on each other, even on close family members. In my case, at one of my lowest points as my marriage was ending, my family, as a first point of call, contacted cult leadership, and I was immediately subjected to intense questioning involving the most intimate and the most private details of my personal life. Scarily, I thought I was doing the right thing in willingly subjecting myself to this highly traumatizing experience. Control is the motivation behind these actions on the part of cults, high control groups, and perpetrators of coercive control. Next time, I'll be speaking about the third element of the BITE model, thought control. I'm Christopher Karvountzis. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and since this is YouTube, please take the time to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified as new videos are released. In the meantime, please head over to my website where you can book me as a speaker for your next event or function. I look forward to speaking with you soon.